The end of Oak Street is going to really please the dinosaur fans because of one simple thing. This is like the Odyssey, for God's sake, for historical accuracy. Because any time we see like a T Rex or anything, and and all the dinosaurs are like, have like Lacterian snake stins. They have like snake skin, right? That's not historical accuracy. Dinosaurs have feathers, and I will say this: the end of Oak Street, you get the feathered dinosaur. This movie as a whole, when it comes to story and character, all that kind of stuff, I have to say this: I enjoyed like a good half of it. Like I enjoyed the first half or the first act of the movie, and then I enjoy elements of the second and third act. Because anything dealing with the kids, I couldn't care less. Like the kids, it's a situation of, I get it. Kids make stupid decisions. I get you. Or kids start like this. Like you have this character named Brian, who's one of the kids of this family, the son of this family, and Brian. He's like probably 14, but he's talking like he's 7. Like it doesn't feel like he's that level of like that maturity of it. It feels like this is a character who's was meant to be played by a younger person. Like it felt like this, like the actor they got was like too miscast by his age, because the wine that they gave him and the dialogue they gave him just felt very immature. I get it, because at the beginning of the movie, you find out like he's kind of doing all the rebel things that maybe a 14-year-old would do, which is, smoke and talk, being very inappropriate, making inappropriate comments about, women that, girls that might like and all that kind of stuff. I get you. So it's maybe a little bit weird having that kind of stuff coming out of, a younger kid's mouth. But I'm like, but just how he is at the end of the movie, or nearly at the end of the film, I was like, dude, expective here. Like, at the end, I mean, to be fair, the daughter, I got the production notes here, was, Ruby is like this as well. But there's a situation at the end where he's freaking out, and it's like, no, I'm not doing, I'm not doing, I'm not doing, I'm not doing, I'm not. I'm like, dude, perspective here. It's do this or get eaten. Okay? And also, by the way, the one thing about this movie, I'm like, do these characters not have self-awareness? Do this character, like, there's a part in this movie where, like, spoiler, a T-Rex shows up. And a T-Rex is just walking behind, like, it's the idea of, like, characters are, talking, just randomly talking, and then they're not aware that a giant T-Rex is walking towards them. In my head, I'm thinking, would they not feel, would not the T-Rex make stepping noises? Would it not vibrate? And then there's a moment, like, in, like, the third act, like, the big action sequence at the end, which is just, I'm like, do they not hear, like, wings flapping in? Do these dinosaurs not make sounds? Did no one say just turn their head, oh crap, there's dinosaurs, we better do that thing what we're doing, we need to do. It's just, I just, like, at this, and also, like, the Brian character just getting completely annoyed by Brian, because he's asking 4,000 questions in the span of 2 minutes. And you're like, oh my god. Once again, dinosaurs. Stop I get it, dinosaurs freak out. But once again, I just feel like this is a character that was probably this character was probably meant to be like 8 years old, but then wanted to add a little bit, maybe add a little bit more like early rebelness that happens in the beginning of the movie. I don't know. But anything that we're dealing with, like the actual parents dealing with Darcy, as like once again, and Hathaway's character, and Greg, who is played by Ewan McGregor, that stuff works because it's like it's good typical typical relationship stuff in this like big blockbuster movie, which is like, okay, we own the characters, we got this couple who clearly still have feelings for each other, but they are at the like friction side of things, and they wanted to expand their horizons. Like, Darcy wants to write a book, and so she's quietly, secretly writing a book behind Greg's back without him knowing. So it's like she has desires in that, and he has secrets of his own that he doesn't want to share, because of voidness and stuff on those lines. And I'm like, and of course they bicker and argue, and of course the kids are a little bit worried because this is set in the 80s where the divorce rates were going up as highly, and of course every kid, any time that mom and dad decide that have a bit of an argument, the kids are like, are they going to get divorced, and who it's like, who are you going to be staying with, like these type of questions. But once again, seeing this relationship kind of tighten back together, or a version where you could see the reasons that these two characters got married and kids and all kind of stuff to begin with start showing up again. And I like that. I like that kind of stuff. But it's just anything with the kids. I'm like, I get it, people are animal people, but time, perspective, dinosaurs might get eaten. And this movie doesn't hold back on how gory and bloody it is. It kind of shows once again how much you can do in a PG-13 movie when you have like CGI characters, because there's blood flying everywhere. They're ripping limbs apart. It's essentially animals being animals. End of the day, that's what's happening. Animals are being animals, and it's just it's just very brutal, and it's just very shocking. Sometimes you go, God damn, and that. But anyway, comment below. Let me know your thoughts of this movie if you have seen it.
God's not gonna let us die here.
Greg, you only go to church at Christmas, and now you're telling the kids God's looking out for us? What about the people who are out there getting eaten?